This is my now 1-year-old Model 3 Performance. And honestly, the paint job hasn't held up particularly well. So in this video, I'll break down why I think that might be, and I'll also show you how to repair it when you come across rock chips or light scratches like I'm about to show in this video. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Blackbird Productions, and I create videos like this every month, just detailing my Tesla ownership experience, and I also make car reviews every month. Quick update on the latest car review. It's actually filmed, it's done. Now I'm actually just editing it together, and oh my God, it is so epic. I think this might be one of my best car reviews ever, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So definitely stay subscribed, and also if you're new, check out my other car reviews. It'll give you sort of like an appetizer for what's to come. So excited for that, and definitely stay tuned for it. But anyway, if you love cars as much as I do, definitely consider subscribing, and also don't forget to leave a like on this video if you thought it was helpful. So I want to break down this video into sort of like two parts. The first part is just going to be me explaining why I think this solid black paint, which has now been discontinued from Tesla, is problematic. In the second part of this video, I'll try to remedy the issue with Tesla's paint repair kit, and I have some thoughts about that as well. But if you're looking to just figure out how to repair your car from rock chips or light scratches, I'll leave some timestamps below so you can just skip to the part where I actually repair the paint on this car. So let's start with talking about this paint. One of my main gripes with this paint is how thin it is. And I guess if you want to be technical, how soft it is, meaning it feels like they only put on like 1 or 2 coats of the paint, so it scratches very easily. And if you come across rock chips with a solid black Tesla painted car, then it seems like it's more prone to damage. The orange peel effect is also more noticeable than it should be, and it leaves a lot to be desired, honestly. Now, I know Tesla has recently introduced their new diamond black paint. I haven't seen any of their cars with this paint yet, but I hope it's much better than the paint that I have, honestly. Now, just sort of switching gears, let's talk about planned obsolescence, because that does kind of loop into this overall video as well. The harsh truth is that this car, like many other cars built today, are designed with a shorter than usual lifespan when it comes to quality and technology. Teslas in particular are built for mass market consumption, and to keep production sustainable at scale, corners are often cut and components are made as cheaply as possible. And these newer refreshed Teslas are no exception. So refresh meaning the new Highland, if you want to call it that, and then also the Model Y refresh. They sort of all adopt the same principles. And that's just making a car relatively cheap on production costs for a mass market. And that's the perfect segue into the particular panel that we'll be looking at today as part of the repair process. And the panel we'll be looking at is the rocker panel. If I remember correctly, I think it's on the left side of the car, but it's on the driver's side. Now, the panel we'll be repairing today is made from what's called mild steel, which is known to be pretty soft and can dent or chip more easily than harder metal alloys like aluminum or stainless steel. And as you can see, this panel is pretty chewed up, so I'm going to attempt to repair it with Tesla's rock chip repair kit. But before we do that, there are a couple things that you should know. First, you'll need to identify your car's unique paint code. You can find this in the inside door area of your car. Next, you'll obviously need the rock chip repair kit itself with your correct paint code. Another thing regarding the repair kit itself, I'm not 100% sure how long Tesla will offer paint repair kits for discontinued options. So in the event you watch this video in the future and a color isn't available anymore, check out Dr. Color Chip. I've used them before and I haven't had any issues with them, but essentially it's an alternative which inherits the same idea as this product from Tesla. And call me crazy, but I'm pretty sure the Tesla paint repair kit is just a repackaged version of the Dr. Color Chip paint kit. But I digress. I'll leave links to both in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. Next, you'll need a paint prepper to strip away any oils, dirt, or waxes so the paint sticks to the surface more effectively. I'll provide a link to the one that I'm using in the description below. You'll also need to make sure this car is clean and or detailed before applying any of this stuff. And when you're cleaning it, I recommend using an iron remover to help remove any fallout or contaminants to the paint that could be embedded into the paint itself or the rock chips themselves. Again, I'll leave links to everything that I'm mentioning in the video in the description. I also feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but make sure you're doing this in an enclosed, shaded environment. And since those environments can be particularly dark, I have this handy paint light, which is also magnetic and it can attach to anything that is metal, of course. So I actually, sometimes I actually attach it to the top portion when I'm detailing my car of the door. So that way I could see swirl marks and things like that. But for this, I'm gonna have to experiment just because it's kind of like like the rock chips are in the lower corner of the vehicle. So I'll have to sort of move the light around. But for the most part, I'll just hang it up at the top of the door and it'll catch everything. One last thing, you'll see me use this magnifying glass throughout the video. And I wanted to make it a little bit more clear for the camera, just so you guys could see where I'm working. And also so that way I could see where I'm working. Just because, truth be told, these areas are particularly hard to see, especially for me. My eyes are terrible. So if you're interested in this magnifying glass, I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments about it. You can check it out in the description below. So with those various items out of the way, let's go out to the car and check out these rock chips. All right, so we're here in the garage and I actually kind of opened up the kit already. It came in this little gray box. So what you're gonna get in your kit is this blending solution. So this right here. If you're using the Dr. Color chip, this is gonna be called Silax or something like that. And then this is your paint as well. One of the things that I noticed with this kit versus the Dr. Color chip is the fact that the presentation is much better. However, I will say you get more of this blending mixture with the Dr. Color chip. So you effectively get more product, which is interesting to me because the Tesla product is more money. The only reason why I got this is because I had some Tesla credits that I had left over, and basically it was free to me. So if you are looking to repair paint on your car, I would go with the latter. Anyway, this is the kit. You also get like a little squeegee here, which you don't get in the Dr. Color chip kit. So that's cool. There's some instructions here. We're not gonna read that because I know what I'm doing already. And obviously you can follow along. And then you get this nice microfiber towel, which I'm pretty sure includes some brushes as well. Let's see. Yep, so you get that glove, which you also get in the other kit. You get this, which is used for the mixing solution. So this little, not sure what you call this. It's not microfiber, but it's some sort of like cloth. And I think these are the brushes in here. I'm not gonna open it, but you'll see once I put on the paint. These brushes are pretty fine and they're made for rock chips. So I'm gonna put on this glove. I'm going to position the camera and then I'm gonna start, well, first I'm actually gonna put on this stuff here. So I left a link in the description to this. This is a CMX surface prep and it's made to strip away greases, oils, residue, stuff like that. So that way it'll prep the paint surface for painting or detailing in this case, a form of detailing. So let me put this on first. I actually have a actual microfiber towel here. I'm trying to do this all with one hand here. So this is the actual microfiber towel that I use on all of my detailing ventures. I'll leave this in the description as well. Pretty plush, but this is exactly what you want when you're applying stuff like this. So first I'm gonna put this on and then we're gonna work on those rock chips. All right, so I have the most prominent section highlighted here and you could see it's just, it's pretty much caked in rock chips. And I tried my best to just kind of position the camera in a way where you can see it. Hopefully that's picking up on camera. But in any case, you'll get to see the final product once I'm finished putting on both the paint and the blending solution so you can have an idea of what this might look like for you. So first you'll have to take your paint here and shake it really good. I've already shaken mine, but you'll want to shake this really good. And you'll also want to shake your blending solution good too. Next, I'm going to take my paint here and I'm going to just unscrew it here and we're going to take that brush and start seeing if we can get some of these. And it's not obviously picking this up on camera, but it looks like it's like half full. That's crazy. But I'm just gonna dab just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that should be enough. Then we'll go over here. And already I can see a huge difference. It's covering up that chip pretty good. Now, I did read the instructions, so that was kind of a joke, just kind of tossing it out, but I just wanted to make 100% sure that this followed sort of the same method as the Dr. Color fix, or the Dr. Color chip stuff. One of the other things to point out is when you're putting on this stuff, try to take it like one section at a time. Try not to do like the whole thing like I'm trying to do. I'm actually just trying to hurry this up just because it's hot as hell in here. It's like 100 degrees outside. So
I know this probably isn't gonna take that long, but I'm trying to be rather quick about it. So when you're using this squeegee, just make sure you don't apply like a ton of pressure. In the instructions, it said to just sort of like, I guess like gloss over it, because what you're doing is you're spreading around the paint in the area of where the rock chips are. Looks like it's kind of dried up pretty well too. So I think right now I'm going to try the blending solution. All right, so now I'm going to use the blending solution because it's dried up pretty much. You never want to have this paint on here for, I'd say, more than 3 minutes because it dries up very quickly. So what you'll want to do is take your little paper towel thing here. It's like a very fancy paper towel. I'm kind of like not doing it justice, but it's a really, really fancy one. So what you'll want to do is kind of just take this and just kind of dip it in there. One section at a time, of course. Do not drench this thing in the blending solution. And what you'll want to do is kind of fold it up here. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up. I have it set to manual focus because it was just losing focus. But anyway, you'll want to take it and just kind of gently dab along here. And what you're doing is you're just kind of cleaning up the excess paint. And hopefully what it'll do is it will just leave paint in the chips that you've just filled. And it's actually doing a really good job. Holy crap, look at that. And that was just like my first run. Like it didn't even really take, I mean, honestly, this stuff is pretty easy to just work in. And I have a light shining right on the paint. And I can tell you, at least for the solid black paint, I don't know if it's the same for the white paint because it actually says on their webpage that you might get mixed results with that. But I know with their black paint here, it looks very, very, very close to the actual paint color. So I don't think there will be any color mismatch or anything like that. But I'll see for sure when it dries and I'll report back if I find anything. So some might find this a pretty tedious task, just kind of combing through here, but you have to be extra careful if you want this to come out right. But ultimately, I'm happy with the result. It's mostly done, looks like here. So that's what came off. You could see, let's see if I could position that in the camera a little bit better. So this is what came off, just a little paint. And again, you'll want to try this in small sections. Don't try to take on an entire panel by yourself if you're using this for the first time. Like I said, I've been using a product similar to this for a while now across multiple cars. So this is pretty easy to me. So as you can see, it kind of took care of that top panel there. I'm gonna see if I can get here, this camera here. So right in this section here, you can see it's pretty close and it's pretty good, honestly. Like, look at that, pretty good stuff there. So I'm going to take on the rest of this panel and then I'll just kind of show you a before and after. And that should ultimately wrap up this video. All right, I tried to grab focus as best as I could here, but as you could see, it did work. There's a little residue and that's why they've actually included this microfiber towel here to wipe away that. So I'm gonna do that and you guys can hopefully see the final product here. And there we have it. Very clean plant panel, albeit the paint looks brand new, honestly. Not sure if that's picking it up. It's actually kind of, the camera's actually picking up more of the dust on this glass than what's on this panel. So that just goes to show how clean this panel is. I don't know if I can grab focus very well, just like this, but as you can see, there's like no defects in this panel. So this stuff works pretty well. I will say I had to put on multiple coats on some of the more problematic areas, particularly the very bottom part. I had to do maybe like 3 coats on that, but nonetheless, I'm happy with the results. So I'm actually gonna get out of here, guys, because I'm sweating bullets. You can't see my face right now, but there's just sweat dripping down my head and it's just so hot in here. So I'm gonna go back upstairs and we're gonna finish out this video. So that's all she wrote. If you thought this video was helpful, definitely feel free to leave a like and also consider subscribing. Like I said in the beginning, I make Tesla videos like this, just documenting my overall Tesla ownership experience every month. And so far it's been a wild ride. And overall, I really do enjoy this car. And that's part of the reason why I have not sold it yet. Knowing me, I flip through cars like every other year. So having the urge not to sell a car is pretty significant in this context. So if you enjoyed this video, also consider subscribing. This has been John with Blackbird Productions, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.